Well, hello, 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 everyone. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. We are talking about the Nancy Guthrie case, and boy, have we been digging. There is a lot to talk about. And does the FBI know more? Wait till you see what I've been working on. A lot to talk about on the other side of this.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace, smile through pain with a painted face. They called me too loud, too much, too strong, but honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me
Right
whispered about and written off, judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm in a unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearl. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fire and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my curls, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Who's ready to get down with it?
Coming in clutch, better tighten them pearls, nothing cold facts. Got the truth for the world, no smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch.
Oh, boy.
Coming in clutch, better tighten them pearls, nothing cold facts. Got the truth for
I'm a
the
dude.
world, no smoke, no
I've
fluff, just
done.
the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch.
Love you, darling. You do. And I'm losing
Coming in
feeling
clutch.
time.
Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls. Dropping cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch.
Well, hello, 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 everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world. And you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is April 27th, 2026. It is currently 9:36 p.m. in the East Coast of the United States. Blah. Good to see you all, my beautiful pearls. Thank you all so much for joining me. Tonight, we are talking about the Nancy Guthrie case. We've been digging pretty deep the last few days in this case. Some very interesting things, in my opinion, at least. We have been going over, and tonight we're going to go over more. So get ready for that. If you would be so kind, my beautiful pearls, and please hit that thumbs up button, would be so thankful. Also, consider sharing the live out on any of your favorite social media. Hit that share button, copy that link, drop it in any of your favorite social media. Would greatly, greatly appreciate that. Also, consider hyping this video after the live stream for the live chat and for the replay crew. If you would be so kind and please hype this video, you get 3 hypes a week. If you don't use it, you lose it. And yeah, all that good stuff. I think like the more you participate in chat, the more points you get or whatever. Good to see everyone. Thank you so much, Miss Ginger. 20 months. How you doing there? Good to see you, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see you, my dear. Much love to you. And Hannah Tube, 5 months. Love to all the beautiful pearls. Much love to you all. Miss Robin, good to see you. Sharon, Claire, hello. Carol, Lady, Word Sleuth, good to see you. Miss Connie, Miss Eureka, JMM, hello. Miss Mama, Miss Shari, good to see you. Susie Q, hello, darling. The Queen, I see you. Good to see you, my dear. Miss Robin, Tina, Christy, Untamed Spirit, hello, hello. Miss Lolo, Brandy, always an indie. Little Black Bear, good to see you. Pugs, hello. Connie, Anastasia, good to see you all. Hope, hello, darling. Miss Robin, Lovey's House, Brandy and Indy, good to see you, my love. I think I said hello, but I'll say hello again. Susan, good to see you. Good to see everyone. Tana, good to see you, my friend. Miss Mama of 3. Miss Erika, good to see you. Susan, Pug's hair is glitter. Good to see you, my dear. Christy, hello, darling. Casey, good to see you. Thank you so much, Casey. Baby Red, hello. Angel Kisses, thank you so much. Good to see you. Word Sleuth, hello. Connie, good to see everyone. Good to see everyone. Big Blanket, hello. A lot to talk about tonight. Thank you so much, Miss Tina. Appreciate your support. Thank you. Really, really do appreciate that. Thank you so much, Cynthia. Good to see you. Thank you for your support. And thank you for being a member here on the Pearl family. All right. So I want to say something before we get started. There's a disclaimer here that I want to read. I want to make something, clear. Nothing said here tonight should be taken as an accusation against any person discussed, shown, named, referenced, or connected to this case. I am not saying, implying, or suggesting that individuals is guilty, involved, responsible, or connected to any criminal activity unless it has been officially stated by law enforcement or proven in a court of law. This live stream is for commentary, discussion, news analysis rather, and public interest purposes only. We are discussing public available information, media reports, timelines, statements, and opinions. Do not contact, threaten, message, harass, accuse, dox, or interfere with anyone mentioned in this case. Do not go to anyone's house, workplace, social media pages, family members, friends, or associates. Everyone is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty otherwise in a court of law. Okay, so got that out of the way. Donna, good to see you, my friend. Thank you so thank you so much, my friend. Really do appreciate that, very, very much. If you received that, make sure you give our Donna a big, big thank you. Thank you, baby. Good to see you, my friend. Okay. So, we night before last, I wanna say, is when we started talking about, um, someone who's been brought up, but not widely talked about, like, in my opinion, like a lot of others, like the dailies or anyone else. Again, um, but I did some overlapping and all that, and I'm gonna show you that, and then we're gonna talk about, is the FBI know more than they're telling us? Do they know more than they're telling us? Melanie, thank you, darling. Good to see you. Appreciate you very much. Good to see you, Miss Melanie. Thank you so much, love. If you received that pearl necklace, make sure you thank our dear Melanie for that. Really, really do appreciate that, my dear. Good to see you, my friend. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. So, another thing, if you were in my live stream yesterday, we did a members only, but I think others could watch it if I recall. Um, we were talking about, could there be a connection between the dailies and Zach? And Zach is a guy that was brought up whenever the Range Rover was towed, right? There was a thing on the back of the license plate, and from the place Luke bought it from, and all of that. And yesterday, Zach went on a channel and he spoke, and he claims that he has not been inside the United States of America since 2019. So it's been a while, right? He says he does plan on coming back soon. Um, so there's that. Take it for what you will. Um, Seemingly, locals are talking that it doesn't seem like that he's actually not been in it, like he's been in the United States a lot sooner than 2019. And when you look into things, um, it shows that allegedly he is still getting mail at an apartment at in Tucson, about 3-4 miles or so, maybe 3 miles or so from where Nancy lived, right? Um, so I'm just going to give you both sides of it. You know what he says and what others and are saying and stuff like that. Okay, so whew, um, when you remember, do you guys remember when all of this was going down? They kept saying there was two guys and a woman or the mother. I want you to listen to something. I don't know. I think he might be a permanent resident. I don't know that word sleuth. That's a good question. He might be a permanent resident, um, or working on that. I don't believe citizen yet, but I could be wrong on that. I don't believe citizen yet. Um, yeah. What was that? Yeah, why is all the info in the car business if he's been gone 6+ years? Doesn't make sense. I agree. I think there's a lot of things that doesn't make sense, and wait till I show you the pictures here in a little bit. Um, we did the side by sides and stuff the other day. Well, get ready because it blowed my mind what I'm going to show you here in a little bit. So, he claims that he hasn't, like I said, been in the United States for quite some time. One thing that I found very interesting is in one of like, and I kind of discussed it yesterday, but ooh, I hope my computer's not freezing. Okay. One thing I discussed yesterday was where's my thoughts going? I don't remember where I was going with that. I'll think of it in a second. I'll think of it in a second. Okay. I want to show you something here. And it was whenever it first this was taking place, okay? Whenever Luke and, them was being, pulled over, okay? And I just need to find it, so just bear with me 1 second while I find it because I have so much pulled up. It's incredible how much I have to show you guys tonight. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Alright, I want you to listen to this right here. Guys, if you're just joining us, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate you all being
last
here.
night, including officials from five different.
Okay,
This
here we
area
go.
was just swarmed with law enforcement last night, including officials from five different departments, including the FBI. A local law enforcement source tells Fox 10 a tip led authorities to a home near this intersection, just 2 miles from Guthrie's residence. Fox News sources say 2 males and one of their mothers were detained after a warrant was served.
2 males and one of their mothers. 2 males and one of their mothers. Thank you, Gracie. Thank you so much, babe. 2 males and one of their mothers. Okay. There's something wrong here, and I don't know what it is. If you remember yesterday, whenever Zach was speaking on the program, he said that Mr. Daly's brother was driving. Okay, Sassy, thank you, baby. Right? Uh, you're probably thinking of hold on. You're probably thinking of the guy in the van, Miss Eureka. That was totally unrelated, if that's what you mean. But he says, Zach said yesterday that there was Matthew was driving the Range Rover, right? Yes, exactly, Ash. Yes, right? Which was not publicly available information. Now, my question is, and we looked yesterday, if you remember, I don't know if I still have it pulled up or not. I do. Here we go. Let me show you this. We see the guy. This is the guy in handcuffs. You can see he does have tattoos around his wrist, right? So this can only be, in my opinion, either Luke or Matthew. It can only mean Luke or Matthew. Who was the other male at the house? There's something we're not being told here, and I'm going to show you something else here in a minute as well. What did Crystal say? I'm watching last night. The guy being interviewed. I noticed the way he held his hand, just like the porch guy. Oh, look at my side by sides, Crystal. Just wait till I show you some stuff here in a little bit. You guys are like, oh my god. Okay, so they say right here, she says again.
2 males and one of their mothers were detained after a warrant was served.
2 males and one of their mothers. Right? 2 males and one of their mothers. We heard it was brothers there, Luke and his brother. And then we also heard it was Luke and his friend.
While investigators caution everyone is technically detained during a warrant execution, it's still unclear if anyone has been officially labeled a suspect. The biggest breakthrough overnight involves DNA found on Nancy's property. PCSD confirming the DNA does not match Guthrie or anyone she's in close contact.
And that's the thing, Ash, right? Oh my God, I knew it didn't look like Luke in that Range Rover. And that's the thing. That's the thing, right? Luke said he was driving that Range Rover, that they pulled him over. We're missing something right here, folks. I'm telling you. Right? Yeah, he said that they dropped him off close to the neighborhood or something like that. He went to go to his friend's, but his friend wasn't there or something like that. Yes, Zach does have kids. Or not, I don't know about Zach. I was thinking of Matthew. Matthew has kids. Right? Weird that Zach and Luke got shaved when all their photos appeared, allegedly. I don't have a picture of Matthew. I don't. Somebody's got one, please.
Contact with. Investigators are working now to identify who it belongs to. We also tracked activity at a Culver's parking lot nearby, where agents were seen using tarps to conceal a search of a parked Range Rover. Because it's now a joint investigation with the FBI, local authorities say no additional information is available, but we hope to learn more today. This area was just swarmed with law enforcement last night, including officials from 5 different departments, including the FBI. A local law enforcement source tells Fox 10 a tip led authorities to a home near this intersection, just 2 miles from Guthrie's residence. Fox News sources say 2 males and one of their mothers were detained after a warrant was served. While investigators caution.
Okay. Another thing that I find interesting, right? Justin, why would Luke be lying about that? That I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing. The only thing I can think of, and I have also heard this, and I'll show it to you here in a little bit. I've heard that there was 2 vehicles being searched at one time, nearly at one time, and the home. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I think so too, Gracie. In my opinion, there's 2 Range Rovers. I agree. Well, yes, Luke was pulled over at, let me see if I've got it here. I can just show you now. Okay. So look at this right here. And this was posted a while back ago. Excuse me. Which makes me think a little something. This is Zach. Zach was the one with the Range Rover at Culver's restaurant. That's what they say. I don't believe, I believe they're wrong on this part, in my opinion. But because unless those aren't tattoos we're looking at. Luke was stopped as well at a separate location. He gave his home address and said he was on his way home. He was detained. He had given them the home address of the home that had just been raided. Both raids occurred close in proximity and timing. The media has continually confused the two. Some don't realize that there are two suspects, not one. And they said they look very much alike. Okay, Wendy. There's a gray Range Rover and a blue one. Well, I really? Okay, so the person just sent me a picture of Matt, and Matt is nothing like Luke at all. Like at all. He has no tattoos. He looks like he's got his life completely freaking together. Like completely together. Unlike Luke. I'm freezing up a lot. Perfect. I'm still stuck on the two pics, Jerry and Zach in the vehicle. Nancy, Jerry, and a member of the Chapman family sitting at a long table together. Mary Chapman Daly is Luke's mom. Yes. Yes. And Jerry was, I do have Jerry and Mary in a picture together. And I have Jerry and Zach in a picture together. Different times. Jerry is an older man that Mary, I guess, is friends with. I don't know if they've ever dated or what, but they're Mary's Luke's mom. She did the interview. Mm-hmm. It is, Tina. It really is. Okay. Hold on one second. Yeah, they did take two people out of Luke's house. Okay. I'm stuck on this. And this is the thing. It's very interesting to me that Zach has deleted almost everything of his except his Instagram. So was Zach friends with him? I have no idea. I have no idea. That's the weird thing, right? The very weird thing. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go. I want to show you guys some very fascinating things here in just a little bit. I want to go to Fox news clips here and play something. Fox News clips. All right, here we go.
Overnight, major police activity was seen, enters now its second week.
For the latest on the ground, let's go to Matt Finn, who is live outside of Nancy's Tucson home. Hey, Matt. Good morning. You have to imagine neighbors in this area are rattled because not only is there an ongoing investigation of a missing woman in her 80s, but then last night, this major law enforcement activity just about a mile and a half, 2 miles from the home. Our Fox crew did see a SWAT team staging in the area and then go in on this house. It's not quite clear how many people may have been apprehended.
I mean, there's a lot of people there. Look at all of the cars and the people.
Or questioned.
There was a lot
throughout
of people with cameras there
all
too.
of this, but the Pima County Sheriff confirms that some of its activity was in relation to Nancy Guthrie, writing law enforcement activities underway at a residence near East Orange Grove Road and North First Avenue related to the Guthrie case. Because this is a joint investigation at the request of the FBI, no.
Okay, now look at that right there. This was the request of the FBI. This was. Now, I don't believe the FBI gets it wrong very often. In my opinion, I don't believe they get it wrong very often. Major. And again, I'm not saying anybody is involved because I have no idea. Oh my God. You are late. Girl, what am I going to do with you? What am I going to do with you? War Damn Eagle to the office, please. You're being paged. War Damn Eagle to the office, please. You're being paged. We need a late slip for our mod. We need a late slip. Thank you, War Eagle. So, yeah, and the FBI doesn't do raids just willy-nilly. Hell no. Hell no. They generally know what they are there for, right? They know what they're there for. They know you probably have it somewhere around there, right? Thank you, Deborah. Thank you so much. To think Luke and his mom did interviews, the right to remain silent is smarter. Well, I mean, they may not be involved, you know? Nobody's saying they're involved. But I don't know. 1 second, y'all. Okay, sorry about that. So we're just going to have to see. All right. But this was a joint investigation at the request of the FBI. No additional information is currently available.
Additional information is currently available. Now, earlier in the day yesterday, our Fox crew saw what appeared to be a SWAT vehicle departing the sheriff's office, and that kind of tracks with something that happened earlier in the week when we also saw a SWAT team leave the sheriff's office, ending up near the border in Rio Rico, Arizona. Law enforcement took a man in for questioning. They searched his house, took his phone, but they ultimately released him. The Pima County Sheriff tells me they honed in on that particular man because he was a delivery guy who had been near Nancy's house.
He was a delivery person.
Listen.
And
Okay.
he was in the area.
He was in the area. Okay.
And we verified that.
Okay.
Okay. Now, again, this is Sheriff Thanos. But one thing that I find interesting, again, it may mean absolutely zilch. I'm not saying, I'm just telling you what I find interesting, is they did Carlos. And then just a couple days later, this is when they do Luke. And also Zach's name comes up. And I think Carlos and Zach kind of look a little similar. Might be able to mistake them. They both have big eyes, right? And thinner eyebrows and stuff. I think maybe Pima County got Carlos maybe wrong. But then FBI. So I don't know. Right. Listen to what he says right here.
A delivery guy who had been near Nancy's house.
He was a delivery person, and he
Okay.
was in the area,
He was in the area. Okay.
and we verified that.
Okay. Was that a cell phone ping or sighting?
I'm not going to get into all
Okay.
that. It's more than one.
Okay.
There's a number of issues that came up. We looked at and said,
Okay. Was Matt Finn, was that a cell phone pinging or sighting? Sheriff says, I'm not going to get into all of that. It's more than one, which is interesting. There's a number of issues that came up. We looked and said, okay, this is a target. Let's see what's up with this. And we approached it with a search warrant and talked to the gentleman, and he was very cooperative. And, you know, for the time being, we're satisfied with what he's given us. Okay. Lots of things to unpack there. Lots of things to unpack there. Like I always say, there is just not one thing is just not going to give you a search warrant, right? There has to be who, what, when, where, how in the search warrant. And if you look at what Sheriff Nanos says here, he says it was more than one. There's a number, meaning multiple, in my opinion, of issues that came up. We looked at that and said, this is a target. Right? So we looked at it and said, this is a target. Let's see what's with him. And then he says he's very cooperative. And you know, for the time being, we're satisfied with what he's given us for the time being. Right? So, again, very interesting language there. You guys know I'm not a Nanos fan, but there is some very interesting things right there. So, and then just a day or two later, they go to Mr. Daly's house and then do, was Zach in the U.S. when the FBI questioned him? He says no. He says no. He says he's not been in the United States since 20. Okay. Let's think about this. Again, I want to tell you what Zach says. Zach says he's not been in the United States since 2019. He says they went to the car dealership and I guess asked about him or questioned the owners about him. And then the FBI got in contact with Zach. Now, let's just make this clear. The FBI would never want to speak with you if you've not been in the United States, have nothing to do with the United States in the last nearly 7 years. Okay? Why would they? Why would FBI bring your name up when you say you've had nothing to do with the car dealership or anything? I'm just asking. Okay.
okay, this is a target. Let's go see what's up with this. And we approached it with a search warrant and talked to the gentleman, and he was very cooperative. For the time being, we're satisfied with what he's given us.
So you hear the sheriff there telling us that they were satisfied.
Well, Debbie, yeah, you're right. You're right. If they thought he had information, but that's the thing. Zach says he has no information. He says he doesn't know who Nancy is or anything. Right? Doesn't know anything about it. Doesn't know anything about it. Now, I think the FBI knows if you've been in the United States in the last 6 years. In my opinion.
With the alibi of the guy they questioned earlier in this week. So we have to imagine perhaps people are being questioned right now in relation to the activity last night. And hopefully we'll get an update from the sheriff or the FBI soon. Back to you guys.
That would be hopeful indeed. Thank you, Matt. All right, let's bring in Bernard Zaper, the former ATF special agent in charge, faculty health activities we've seen overnight.
Well, for them to have a search warrant and then to actually execute it in the way that they did, they had to develop probable cause, present an affidavit to a judge. So something significant has happened, probably, with the result of things they've released publicly and things that are ongoing. They're definitely searching for specific evidence that's tying back to the home.
Yeah.
And
a cashier's check. And that's a lot of money. A Range Rover is a lot of money, but then he said he knew who purchased the Range Rover and how they paid for it. Yes. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And if I have, yesterday I said, since Zach says he has absolutely nothing to do with it, I would be willing to mail him one of those masks. If he would just do that, that would pretty much, in my opinion, show a lot. And there's one question I have for Zach. I won't say it here, but he could show me, and I would believe him instantly believe him. So, Zach, I'm giving you the offer. I will be your biggest advocate, and defend you to the nth degree if you are willing to talk to me and show me one thing. Because I know he's watching. Yeah, I'm going to, Sam. I'm going to. How would he know who purchased the Range Rover if he's not friends with Luke and he's in a different country? Well, he says he's friends with the place that he used to work for. I mean, he does comment on the dealership that he worked for before. I can't say Lovey's. I can't say Lovey's. But if he shows it to me, I'll immediately believe him. Because right now I don't believe him because of the PI I work with. It doesn't seem that he, in my opinion, I'll just say I believe he's been in the United States well after 2019.
the people at the search warrant, whoever was there, were probably questioned. They don't necessarily are going to be arrested at this point. They are always going to be detained so they can safely execute the search. So it's a significant development to have a search warrant at a location and for them to be on site the amount of time that they have been.
So that analysis applies to the situation with the home, but not necessarily with the Range Rover at the Culvers.
No, the car is significant as well, because To take it in for that type of analysis, they're actually trying to collect something that's.
Hold on. What'd they say there?
Culvers.
Hold on.
That analysis applies to the situation with the home, but not necessarily with the Range Rover at the Culvers.
No, the car is significant as well, because to take it in for that type of analysis, they're actually trying to collect something that's probably DNA related, and not to speculate, but
right.
That's also
You see that right there? Let me show you.
probably DNA related.
This is the person in the Range Rover. Again, is that Mr. Daly? Is that it's not it? There's just no way. I believe that that cannot. In fact, I have a picture of Matthew. It's not Matthew. That's not Luke's brother. So now my question is, why is Zach saying it was Luke's brother? Why is Luke saying it was him? Might be Luke. But again, if it's Luke, who's the other person in the house?
And not to speculate, but
right.
That's also significant, and then having contact in a car stop with somebody. This is all derived from evidence hits. There's things that are bumping into each other that are confirming.
Wait a second. Wait the fuck a
other
second.
things are fine.
Look at these hands. Look at these hands.
There's things that are bumping into each other that are confirming other things they're finding. And of course, they have the responsibility of running every one of these things down to exhaustion until they know, for example, a delivery driver, they probably
look at those hands.
Contact in a car stop with somebody. This is all derived from evidence hits. There's things that are bumping.
Now it seems like this guy, whose hands are these? It seems like this guy has tattoos.
Into each other that are confirming other things they're finding. And of course, they have the responsibility of running every one of these things down.
There's his legs, right?
Down to exhaustion until they know, for example, a delivery driver, they probably related that there was like multiple contacts. They just need to go and eliminate that. Right. Sounds like that's what they did.
But meaning what you're saying is that with the automobile, with the Range Rover at the Culvers, that there was something that they found something that led.
Well, I've got another picture from another camera. Let me see if I've got it here. Oops, that's the video. 1 second. Let me see if I got it. No, that's not it. But look, this guy has a goatee for sure. He's got a pointed nose. And I had another one that you could see his where was it? You could see his like tattoos on him. I don't know if I got that right now or not. Let me check this. Let me do it like this. Hold on 1 second. See right here, it looks like there's tattoos right there on his wrist. Let me get a picture of Luke. Watch this. Okay. Is no. Here we go. I don't think this is Luke. I don't know, but it to me, it doesn't seem like this is Luke. In my opinion, it just doesn't. But I want to see Luke's wrist. Do we have pictures of Luke's wrist?
Them to want to process that vehicle.
Yes, very much so. And until they exhaust that forensically,
Right.
They have to do that.
So in some ways, maybe that might end up being more significant than even the house search.
The one thing that we all need to remember is we're on this side of the veil of the investigation. And we're only seeing these occurrences that happen publicly. The execution of the search warrant, the seizing or examination of the Range Rover. There's a lot more happening on the other side of it that they're not public with, and they should not be at this time. And so it's you can see momentum, and you can see that they're running things to completion, and that shows progress. They have something here that is developing, and these large overt actions such as the search warrant and the vehicle signify that.
Bernard, one of the questions or unanswered questions we have is whether we believe, or whether the investigators believe, that the Guthrie family knew the abductor or abductors, and whether there was a forced entry into the home. We spoke to James Gagliano earlier, who says he can't understand why the investigators have not yet made it clear whether it was a forced entry or not into that home. Are you surprised that has not been divulged to the public? And what would be the reason for withholding that information?
Yeah, I'm sorry. They should not disclose that. If there's no investigative advantage for doing that, then they should not. Simply because the more information they know, when they start doing or have done contact interviews with people, then they have information that hasn't been released publicly. So this person is going to know things or contradict things that they do know that's completely advantageous for them in the investigation. So that's to the effect of the search, or excuse me, to the case overall.
Right.
Got it.
Interesting point. All right, Bernard Zapper, thank you very much.
Hey, everyone.
Okay. Sassy just sent me this. I've not been able, I don't know where it came from, to be honest with you. So, but it looks like it came from a news. Okay. Federal search warrants at a residence where simultaneously deputies pulled over a gray Range Rover SUV in the parking lot of a nearby Culver's restaurant. Video footage captured the intense scene, agents in FBI jackets shining flashlights into the vehicle, erecting tarps around the truck for privacy, and meticulously photographing and processing the interior before towing it away for forensic examination. The driver, identified as Zach, was detained for questioning but later released without charges. A Tucson car dealership owner, but he's not the owner, specializing in luxury pre-owned vehicles like Land Rover, Bentley, and Porsche. He was described by sources as cooperative. However, his connection to the case deepened dramatically with the discovery of the residential address. Public records and neighborhood mapping place Zach's apartment complex on Campbell Avenue, directly adjacent to the stretch of roadside and desert field where investigators recovered a series of black gloves over the past 2 weeks. One glove in particular recovered about 2 miles away from Guthrie's home. So there's that. That's interesting. Okay. Now, let me show you a little thing here. Did I play this? Let me me see here. Did I play this one?
Asking neighbors of Nancy Guthrie to turn over video from their home surveillance cameras from the last few weeks, hoping it will unlock clues in her disappearance. They're looking for any suspicious vehicles or people leading up to Sunday before the mother of Today's Show host. Savannah Guthrie was taken from her Tucson, Arizona home. The FBI also revealing the masked individual outside of Guthrie's door on that camera is a man who's 5'9" to 5'10" tall. That's 5 feet 9 inches, 5 feet 10 inches tall. He was carrying an Ozark Trail backpack, and on Thursday, investigators recovered pieces of evidence, including a pair of black gloves, near the scene and sent those out for analysis.
We don't know if the gloves are actually evidence or not, but those are going to be tested. They're going to be looked at compared to the video to see if they are the same gloves. And then will DNA or fingerprint analysis give us anything from those gloves?
The FBI has now doubled the reward in this case to $100,000. Investigators are asking neighbors of Nancy Guthrie to turn.
Well, that's the thing. We're all confused. I mean, we're all confused about this because we're not understanding something that went on, right? We're not understanding. Well, Zach says he's not been in the country since 2019, but it sure seems like he was. It seems like he's had an apartment in Phoenix for up to 2026, in my opinion. So, and I don't believe at all seeing Luke's brother. He's kind of like the total opposite of Luke. Looks and style as well. He's got like his shit together. They've got like, so. Well, he still gets mail there, words Luke. He still gets mail. And he still has a Tucson phone number and all that. Did somebody give something? Did I miss something? If I missed something, let me know. And the fact that the FBI had a list of Middle Eastern names for a gun shop. That too. All right. Want to show you this now, and then I'm going to show you some overlays, and you're going to be like, wow. Let me see here. Oops, what'd I do? Okay. Bear with me, guys. I don't know what I did. Okay. So that one person on Reddit who said that there was 2 vehicles and the home was being searched nearly simultaneously is very interesting with me. Maybe Luke was pulled over, but again, who was the second person? Okay, and then look at this. Someone writes this. Guys, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate you all being here. Okay. They write, it is a ham-fisted approach and weird that they didn't take anyone in on Friday, but may still be surveilling them. I am very disgusted about the way Pima County has done, but the FBI should be better at this. If not, incompetent, corrupt Sheriff Nanos, things would get along further. If you look at the guy's Insta and look at the brother, they look a lot alike. My personal hunch is that those were two different guys in the video they released. Hold on, that's not the one. Sorry. Wrong one. Wrong one. Let me pull this up. We'll have to find that. Okay. Yeah, Zach, he definitely likes Range Rovers. Definitely likes Range Rovers. Okay. Here we go.
With law enforcement last night, including officials from 5 different departments, including the FBI. A local law enforcement source tells Fox 10 a tip led authorities to a home near this intersection, just 2 miles from Guthrie's residence. Fox News sources say 2 males and one of their mothers were detained after a...
Okay, again, she says the same thing. 2 males and one of their mothers. She says the same thing. 2 males and one of their mothers. Exact same thing. You get it? Birdie, thank you, baby. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, my lovely. Good to see you. If you received that, make sure you thank our dear Birdie for gifting the pearl necklace. Thank you, Birdie. So the 2 men are not related, I would assume, right? If just one of them, one of their moms, right? 2 males and one of their mothers, that means they would not be related. Yeah. Yeah, Irish, but it's not Matt. I know that. It's not Matt. So I'm thinking, in my opinion, that I got questions for, again, more questions for Zach, because it's very, very weird. This makes the second one that said it. 2 males and one of their mothers.
A warrant was served. While investigators caution everyone is technically detained during a warrant execution after a warrant was served. While investigators caution everyone is technically this intersection, just 2 miles from Guthrie's residence. Fox News sources say 2 males and one of their mothers were detained after a warrant was served. While investigators caution everyone is technically detained during a warrant execution, it's still unclear if anyone has been officially labeled a suspect. The biggest breakthrough overnight involves
question. Did the FBI cover up that license plate, or was it the person in the Range Rover, or is that a temporary tag? Well, that's what he allegedly said in the beginning, and then he said that his friends sold it to him. Well, if Luke, Luke and Matthew was both adopted. They were both adopted.
A suspect. The biggest breakthrough overnight involves DNA found on Nancy's property. PCSD confirming the DNA does not match Guthrie or anyone she's in close contact with. Investigators are working now to identify who it belongs to. We also tracked activity at a Culver's parking lot nearby, where agents were seen using tarps to conceal a search of a parked Range Rover. Because it's now
Wait, what? Hold on. I think we just got our fucking answer.
We also tracked activity at a Culver's parking lot nearby, where agents were seen using tarps to conceal a search of a parked Range Rover.
Hold on.
Because it's now a joint investigation with the FBI.
Okay.
Local authorities
I got to hear this again.
No
1
additional
second.
information is available, but we hope to learn more today.
I
This
think there
area
is
was
2
just
cars.
swarmed with law enforcement last night, including officials from 5 different
I believe
departments,
there is 2
including the
vehicles.
FBI. A local law enforcement source tells Fox 10 a tip led authorities to a home near this intersection, just 2 miles from Guthrie's residence. Fox News sources say 2 males and one of their mothers were detained after a warrant was served. While investigators caution everyone is technically detained during a warrant execution, it's still unclear if anyone has been officially labeled a suspect. The biggest breakthrough overnight involves DNA found on Nancy's property. PCSD confirming
2 males and one of their mothers. But they're making it sound like that's at their home.
the DNA does not match Guthrie or anyone she's in close contact with. Investigators are working now to identify who it belongs to. We also tracked activity at a Culver's parking lot nearby, where agents were seen using tarps to conceal a search of a parked Range Rover. Because it's now a joint investigation with the FBI, local authorities say no additional information is available, but we hope to learn more today. This area was just swarmed with law enforcement.
Interesting. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I'm getting some emails. It is furthermore ordered that the jury trial set for February 24th, 2026 is reset to May 19th, 2026 at 10:30 a.m. Okay. So he goes to court in May. Yeah. Yeah, see, he was in here at, see, that says 2018. Tucson, Arizona. But hold on 1 second. I'm getting some stuff in. Yeah, he's on his on his Instagram, it shows Mercedes-Benz 800 Zach, Tucson, Arizona. Doesn't say Jordan. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. All right, guys. Y'all ready for this? I want to show you this. What I've been working on. Okay. So, been doing, the other day, I showed you guys this right here. Right. And to me, it's pretty interesting. Right. Pretty interesting. Just the stance and the body build. Right. So just the way they stand and the way they place their feet and all that. And then we did some facial overlays. But I did some more. Let me find it. What did I do with it? Okay. Bear with me. Okay. And that was another. Get their eyes. aligned. Hold on. See that? Okay. I'll check and I see you 1 second. Is that true? Is that true? I see you. You got the link to that? I want to look at that before I show it. Look at that, guys. Isn't that creepy? Look particularly at the eyebrows. Watch the eyebrows. They don't fucking change at all. Isn't that crazy? I got another thing here. Okay, let me look. One second. Okay, I see you look at the comments under that. People are saying no. Okay. I always said those eyebrows first thing caught my. Yeah, I think that's what caught most of them. Birdie, thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support, my dear. And who dat? Did you thought you do that. Thank you so much, who dat. Appreciate you, baby. Thank you so much. Really, really do appreciate that, my friend. Good to see you. If you received one of those from Whodat or Birdie, make sure you give them a big, big thank you. Okay, now look at this one. Let me move this one over a little bit. Look at there. Doing a layover. Chin roll with the mask on the beard. I need to adjust it a little bit, but look at those eyebrows. Blows my mind. blows my mind. Just look at the lips. Okay, and then I think I have another one. Oh, I was doing it with hold on. I was trying to do. So there's a side. Oh, this is it. This is one. Look at this. He was looking out his window at the car the other day, yesterday. Here, I can make it larger for you. Did what, Kelsey? Did you put that on the man's head? Yeah, we're overlapping him. Yep. Watch. Isn't that crazy? He kept putting his hands over his mouth on the YouTuber's interview. I find that, yeah, I found that interesting as well. I kind of wondered, was it, was he nervous, um, or what, or was he just trying to hide his mouth? I noticed that he kept doing that as well. Okay, there's the regular, right? It blows my mind. I need to make it a little bit bigger. It's hard to overlap. Exactly. Look at the mouth. Like this is him, and then this is the lighter is the other. Look how I've kind of got them overlapped a little bit. Not like two different pictures right now. It just blows me away. I know, Gracie. I know. It's so sad. It's so sad whatever Nancy went through. It almost looks like the face is pulled back in the mask, like trying to change his eye shape or something like that. Well, he's I've you can see with the mouth light if you really look. I don't show it because you, but you can see that there is Look at even like the chins. Oops. Fix that there. There we go. It's so weird, man. So which the correlation to the guy to Richard? So what's the correlation to the I don't know anything about you talking about no, see, I don't believe Richard is involved at all. I think Richard's the one with the one that with the brother. Is that what you mean? Thank you, Miss Deborah. Thank you, baby. Hey, piece of Jesus. Good to see you, darling. Deb. Good to see you. Can you show the clip that Zach has of a car auction when supposedly he was out of the country? Yeah. Yep, I sure can. If you look at this right here, now, this says 8/24/2022, and it says traveling Dubai, USA, Tucson, Arizona, LA, UAE, UFA. I gotta mute the music. But this is 2022. Okay. Jordan, USA, Kuwait, Snapchat. Okay. Here, you're talking about the one with the auction. He says that he uploaded these at different times, not what the day actually says. Hold on. What? Did he remove it? Oh, here it is. Okay, sorry. We're having trouble playing this video. Okay, so this one. This says 8/9/23. Hashtag Riverside, California. Hashtag Los Angeles. Hashtag California. Hashtag USA. Hashtag car auction. Hashtag work. Hashtag love my job. Hashtag work hard. Hashtag AMMAN. Hashtag Jordan. Hashtag Tucson. Hashtag Arizona. Oh, I just thought of something. Let me see here. I just thought of something. 1 second, guys. Riverside, California. What's the hashtags here? Let me check something. There's a lot of car auctions there. Riverside Auto Market. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. I found it. Oh, no. Okay. We need to find which building this is. Can someone, we need to find which building this is, which auction this is. Someone can find that for me. We will go places. Shannon, thank you, baby. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Appreciate your work, Justin. Love my bros. We love you, Miss Shannon. Thank you, darling. Appreciate you. You're very kind, my dear. Thank you so very much. Yeah, Mama Bear. That too. That too. Well, like I said, I mean, I have this guy, in my opinion, I think, which I think they are, I think they're very obsessed with success, which is not a bad thing. But if you potentially hurt people in your way, then it is, right? If you stop at nothing to get money, then that's hurtful, right? I was trying to seeing what it says on this thing, but I can't. It's so. Let me see if I can get the quality better. There's only one quality on there. Let's do a full screen. I can't see what this says on there. Actually, hold on. Ooh, what does this say? Let's see what that says, if I can read that. All right, guys. Can y'all read this? I've got really poor eyesight. Does that say West something? West? Does anybody see what that says? The interviews have been very telling. Enoch, let me tell you, well, I'll just say this. I've got reports that says that his phone has been in America before, or sorry, after 2019. The notes stated the note stated that he had previous offenses. Now Luke has had previous offenses, but Zach has no criminal history. Wonder if they purchased his white Tesla from MG Auto. Who's white Tesla? Okay. Well, I'm looking here, and damn, where'd it go? Google auctions in I'm looking at car auctions. Let's see here if there's a West. I don't see a West. If anybody knows what that says, please let me know. I played it yesterday, thought criminal. Does the Zach guy have a record? He has no record. If he's already in the system, then his DNA would have popped up. Well, that's another thing to talk about. So, do you guys remember them talking about the ancestry DNA and how if this person had ancestors in the country for a long time, it would be easier for them to find them, but it would take longer if not? Is that what it says? We support our troops? Okay. Well then, okay. Do you guys remember that? Well, that could be why it's taking longer as well, you know. Well, they have a hair, and then they had a partial DNA as well. Thank you, Burley. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Auction liquidators located is a public car auction in for indoor setting, checkered black and white. You are fucking fabulous. Okay, let's see your auction liquidators. I got it. There we go. Okay. You're amazing. Side by side, wheels, tire, suspension parts. Auto auction. Let's see if they got stuff indoors. Do they got pictures indoors? Inside. Well, let's go here. Can y'all see that? Okay, yeah. Let's see.
I need 35. 35, 35, 35. Look at the car. 35, That same title, I got 35. I need 4,000. I need 4,000. Look at the car. Right where we got $4,000. Look at the inside of it. Look at it. Leather interior. Wow.
45. All he needs to do is look at me. I got 45. 47. Yeah, I'm here. If you're looking,
I don't see any.
35, 37, 37, 30. You ready? I got 40.
I don't see any checkered walls there, though. Look at all these. Very interesting. Son says we support our troops. Yeah, Yep. Yeah, I was thinking about doing the Google Lens thingy, but see, it's so harder. Like, if I can't tell you like how to do it, but if I need the blurry sun, put it in ChatGPT. God, we're your own roofers. Yeah, it said support our troops. The small sun says fishbone. This corresponds to a comical film. Produce a place of fishbone by the lake. Okay. Okay, let's go to this. I want to show you this. There's just some weird things here that okay, here we go. So like Zach, like he will post things as well, like from the Motors place like 21 weeks ago. And he always posts like a fire sign. Yeah, that's the thing though. Pebbles, when he said this last night. Let me see if I can find it. He talks about his he's like, yeah, people said I was in Tucson past then, but he said if you look on my Instagram has the same videos, and he's like, I uploaded them at a different time.
So the question was, and the last question so when you look up your name online, there's like the family tree thing, and they look up your name, it shows that you lived from 2019 to 2020 to current at MG Motors.
I'm living in MG Motors. What that question mean?
Well, it's not nobody's accusing you. It's just that when you look up your name, that's where it shows you're living. Am I right, Sleuth?
Yes.
I'm living in Tucson.
Yeah. So I think that's why people
and maybe he means on social media.
No,
like actually look up your name. It has you registered.
Up your name.
Oh, I think you can hear me now.
Registered. Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, it has you listed from 2019 to 2026 at that address of MG Motors. That's why everybody brought up your name to begin with. That's the origin.
I got it.
Yes, that's right. From MG Motors account. That's right.
Found it.
Thanks.
You're amazing.
So what's up with that?
That's where they got it. Yeah. What's up with?
I found the place. I got the place. I'm going to show it to you in just a second.
Why do they put your name?
Oh, I didn't find it. Someone found it.
Because I used to work. I used to work in MG Motors. That's right.
Yeah, it has it listed as your home address though. From 2019 to 2026.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, where's my address from 2019 to 2026?
MG Motors is what it's showing. That's the question. Why is it showing that your address is at MG Motors from 2019 to 2026?
I don't know, to be honest. Maybe still on the system.
Are you able to see the screen? Are you able to see the screen? There's someone else said
I will say I believe, in my opinion, I feel like I know why there hasn't been an arrest. I'm not going to say it on here.
People who had lived at that address. We were wondering if you happen to know any of these names.
I can confirm the FBI went to gun stores in Tucson or looked into people with the following last names: Abnusi, Mubashir.
There he is from last night.
Baherman, what this name? Bakhtair, Abnus, who's these people? Mubashir, like is
that's a good question.
Pakistani guy.
Pakistan or Iran?
What kind of names are those?
Mubashir?
Well, let me show you something. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. And if I show you, I can't show you the report, but I can show you a part of it. You'll just have to believe me on it. Part of his report. It says that he is the one that is connected to the website. That's on his report. I'll just say that. That's on his report. If you knew what I mean.
Yeah.
You would know better than we would.
Yeah, we're trying to learn about these names here. Like, what do they mean?
Abnusi. This is the first time in my life I see these names.
Well, that's good to know, but we also are kind of digging in because we don't know. So we don't know if they're Middle Eastern names or if they're Indian names or if they're from Pakistan or if they're from Jordanian. Like another
rumor is that they're Iranian.
Oh,
which is
who? Mubashir?
Now, why are they looking into names
Alex,
like
give me
that?
1 minute, Salam.
No problem.
Why are they looking into names like that at a pew at a pawn shop?
He's smiling
at a GUN store.
Jordan must be nice, smiling at the drive-through.
You don't hear any loud noise in the
How much
background.
is this?
Okay, this
Did
is
you
what.
see that stuff? This 1 a.m. There's
So
people
watch him
walking,
here.
Their dogs just chilling.
Like when he turned his head, that's how I got the photo of him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Said it's real nice out there.
Well, yeah, thank you, Zach. That's all I wanted to know. Those are all the questions that I've had.
Give me 1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay.
Less than 1 minute. Less than.
Would you get at the drive?
65 75
Real talk.
75
Real talk, man.
أعطيني عند الموبايل فيها.
Yeah.
Patriot, can you interpret that for us? Just kidding.
I'm working on it.
I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding.
Alex,
Alex,
Look at
is
it.
he at the drive-thru getting some food?
Watch this.
That was a credit card receipt, Chris, right there. They're way ahead of us, bro. Look at that.
Uh-oh.
That's
a hot mic.
Look, someone took in the car with them too. Look, bless their heart. Look at him.
Smiling.
خلاص تمام.
That's the kind of guy he is, though, guys. So that way, when people accuse him, it's like,
Boy,
long
smart
time.
head.
He's a God-fearing man. He's a regular dude like us, you know.
He sure
Look at
Is he at
him.
the drive-thru getting some food?
He sure does.
Yeah, he got some naan bread. Is that Jordanian naan?
Okay, what the names again? Now I'm focusing, yo. What the names again? Abunsi or something like that, right?
Abnusi.
None of them.
Oh, actually, Zach,
They-
I do have one more question.
They also allegedly sell cars to ship them to like Iran and Jordan and all those places.
You gave
Okay.
an interview. You gave an interview, and you mentioned that it was an old woman and a man that purchased the car. So I assume that you
Yes,
stay in
that-
contact with
that-
your buddies
that
over at
Luke-
MG Motors.
Luke and his mother. What is it?
Do you keep in contact with your friends at MG Motors?
Yes, of course.
And that's how you received that information?
Yes.
And earlier I asked you about the information about
I believe he's left-handed. I agree. I believe that.
Matthew. How did you know
Okay.
that he was the driver
Listen,
of the Range Rover?
listen to this. Listen to this. This is so important.
Yes.
And
Listen to this.
earlier I asked you about the information about Matthew. How did you know
Okay.
that he was the driver of the Range Rover? Nobody knew that. I
I
mean,
saw-
nobody really knows more than the group of people.
I
that
saw
you
I
see on
saw
the screen
that
now.
I saw that thing on Facebook. in one post.
A bullshit?
Why? Because Sleuth, I have a question for you. Is it the truth that he was driving it?
I don't know, but if that is the truth, that's something that's not known to the public. How would he know?
Yes, this is what a post on Facebook. I think so on Nancy Guthrie missing something Facebook page.
I thought it was
because they ditched me. They ditched me one time from that group because I'm telling the truth. They all these people, they didn't like that I'm telling the truth, or I'm telling them hey, listen, people, I'm not the guy who looking for.
Do you know who made the purchase of the vehicle? Who was there to buy the car, the Range Rover?
The mother.
It was in her name.
How does he know this
Cosign,
stuff?
or it was
Listen
just
to
in her
this.
name?
No, I don't know this info exactly. I don't know anything about it. I know that his mother and this guy, they showed up on Friday. Then they came back on Monday. They paid for the car by a cashier check, and they left. And that's
Cash,
it.
huh? Wow. So
Not cash. Cashier check. Cashier check.
Well, it's the same thing, basically. They're at MG Motors. Do they have you guys have your own mechanic shop, like a tow truck and all of that stuff there?
A tow truck? No.
No
tow mechanic. Truck. Mechanic. There's a mechanic.
How does he know that? How does he know that? Seriously. Like, how the hell does he know that? How they paid and all that? I mean, do you know what your employer from 6 years ago or your last job you worked, what they're doing? No. Into the know. How does he know Mr. Daly's brother is driving? How does he know that? Because Mr. Daly said he was driving.
The press conference has still not been announced
Listen
from
to this.
officials after a busy few days in the investigation. Where earlier this week, video and photo surveillance footage was shared to the public, and we also saw that white tent there that was put up and quickly taken down outside of the residence. To break down what we do know this morning is Darren Porcher, former NYPD lieutenant, joining us live there in Tucson. Good morning to you, Darren.
Good morning,
Listen
and thanks
to
for
this.
having me as a guest.
Absolutely. Well, let's just start. There were several developments overnight there. What do we know as of this morning?
Okay, as we parse this out, we had a magistrate that signed off on a search warrant, which resulted in a successful execution, taking 3 individuals into custody. I want to say just short of 2 miles away from Nancy's house. And then we had a 4th individual that was taken into custody at a Culver's fast food restaurant.
Three individuals and then a 4th individual at Culver's. I'm telling you, there was 2 vehicles that they swarmed, and the media is missing it. Matthew, nope, not Matthew, DEA. It's not Matthew. Nope. Matthew lives in Phoenix. And Matthew is not like his brother. Again, listen to this.
As we parse this out, we had a magistrate that signed off on a search warrant, which resulted in a successful execution, taking 3 individuals into custody. I want to say just short of 2 miles away from Nancy's house. And then we had a 4th individual that was taken into custody at a Culver's fast food restaurant.
3 individuals at the house. 3 individuals at the house. And 1, it's at a Culver's.
that was several miles away further. We don't have any groundbreaking information that's been introduced to the public. However, this is a break in the case that can assist to allow us to extract more information to make an identification as to a possible suspect. In addition to that, trying to find out the whereabouts of Nancy Guthrie.
Now, Darren, a question I think the media has had is why have we not had a press conference? Because this seems like this could be a major development in this case. So why are officials not yet sharing more information with the public?
Luke said he was at Culver's. I'll let you look at Luke here in a second. I will show you something.
I think it's of optimum importance for law enforcement to introduce a fact pattern that would allow the public to assist in this case. And it goes back.
3 people detained near Guthrie's house. 1 person detained at Culver's. Armored SWAT vehicles, forensic unit deployed.
Back to not too long ago.
And the question is, how did law enforcement, or not law enforcement, how did Zach know? And why did he say Luke's brother? Someone else stands so perfectly. You're side by side with Porch Guy. Zach made my jaw drop. Fantastic catch, Justin. Thank you, my dear. Appreciate it. Luke and his mother live about 2 miles from. Yes. Yes, one was Range Rover that was abandoned there for a while. I think there is 2 Range Rovers. Who's the 4th person? I have opinions.
There was a blast that was sent out to people that lived within a 2-mile radius to provide law enforcement with camera footage of something.
Now listen to this.
I think it's of optimum importance for law enforcement to introduce a fact pattern that would allow the public to assist in this case. And it goes back to not too long ago, there was a blast that was sent out to people that lived within a 2-mile radius to provide law enforcement with camera footage of something that would be suspected activity that would rely, or I should say, present a level of concern to law enforcement. That was a key piece in enlisting the public. But when we speak to a press conference, I think we would have a more established line of information that we can all listen to and hear, but that hasn't happened. But we have to also bear in mind, we had a significant development overnight as it relates to this warrant. So that may be a reason why law enforcement hasn't provided us with the information.
And we also do know, Darren, that several tips have come in really since that surveillance video was put out earlier this week. Law enforcement now working through those tips. But we do have a viewer question that I wanted to ask you. And this is coming from Linda. And she's asking, do you believe the public tips is the result of these detainments?
Well, as it relates to Linda's question, it's very difficult to assess if it was a public tip, but we clearly need to have the public working in tandem with law enforcement and providing that information to try to do the best that we can to uncover these crimes. And it goes back to the public is the greatest asset in law enforcement, and this has been historically sound.
And Darren, another question that we had coming in here was detained is not arrested, right?
No, they're not. I know there was a lot of jumble DEA in the beginning because of that white van, but they're saying 3 people in the house, only one at Culver's. One at Culver's, right? If they were saying, because the van and the Range Rover, they were right there together.
Are they in custody today? That is another viewer question.
Why do you want to find out where he bought his car?
The term detainment is somewhat abstract. When we have a conviction in a criminal court case, that's when we have a person that's actually going to be in jail. They're going to serve some time. But the detainment can be a person arrested, or
First look at the man's handcuffs at Culver's restaurant near Nancy Guthrie's home in Tucson last night. No charges have been announced, and authorities have not confirmed that they have any suspects at the time.
Can also be a person that's held.
And again, that's where they did at the Culvers. That came on. Yeah, Scarlett. We played it. Thank you, my dear. The night FBI was at Luke's house, there was a content creator there, either Brian E. or Jonathan, and a young man was walking through and spoke on the live and said he was a friend and had to walk home. Do you know where that was, Karen? You said, if you can find that, please send that to me.
For questioning, so it can bifurcate in two different aspects.
And Darren, as we work to get even more viewer questions here, I did want to share this on the screen for the viewers. As we saw that white tent that was put up just the other day outside of the entryway to Nancy Guthrie's home, and we did see that was taken down pretty quickly there, just a short time afterward. Have we had any updates on why that tent may have been there?
That tent.
In my opinion, I don't believe Matthew was there. I don't believe Matthew was there, in my opinion. Let me find this.
Know who presented that that amount, just under $300, into that Bitcoin account, but oftentimes the money could be deposited by it.
And look at this Range Rover. It looks like it's been sitting there a while, right? It looks like it's been sitting there a while. See the water on it and see how steamy the windows are? Now, why would you just park a Range Rover there?
Deposited by, it can be law enforcement, or it can be someone else, to see if that account is in fact active. But there has been no nexus to
They're going to show
support
pictures
that
here in
the
just a
ransom
second.
has been paid by the.
Again, this is either Luke or someone else. Was it raining? What did they take from the trunk? I have no idea.
All right, Darren, two more questions before we wrapped here. So we touched on this a little bit, but a Range Rover was towed away from a Culver's parking lot there just last night after it was involved in.
Okay. You see those tattoos? You see those tattoos? Come on, guys, hit that thumbs up button or double tap that screen, doing all the good stuff. Luke was dropped off by Popo. That's what he says, and was told it would be a while before they could go home. He was dropped off, yes.
A traffic stop during a law enforcement operation in connection to this investigation. What information do we have about that, as I'm sharing just some of the photos that we're getting in here for our viewers?
Sure. At Culver's fast food restaurant, we did have the
There's the arms again. So this very well may be Luke, but again, if this is Luke, it doesn't answer who was at the house.
payment of an individual as it relates to that Range Rover. There was a series of tarps that had been brought up by FBI agents as they looked to extract information from that.
So there's that. Okay. Now, if we go to, let me see here. If we go to Luke, listen to what he says.
The detectives would be there to talk. So I was driving home. I noticed 2 sheriff vehicles following me. They pulled me over at the Culvers right there. Asked me to get out of the car. Didn't tell me what it was about. So they had me cuffed in the back of a cop car, detained. I was asking, like, what am I being detained for? And they wouldn't tell me anything. They just said that the detectives would be there to talk to me. And once I saw like FBI and all the other cars start pulling in, I'm like, oh, this is probably about the Guthrie case. I'm like, this should be easy.
Yeah. So he says he was at Culver's. And again, we can't really see because he's wearing long fucking sleeves. Justin, didn't Luke say his mom went to Matthews, but her car was left at home? How did she get there? I know she went to Neighbors initially, so maybe she went to Matthews later. I don't know. I can't remember. Why did Luke get a new car to begin with? Yeah, exactly. He keeps saying he got it after, but that's suspicious enough. Was he getting rid of evidence in his car? He supposedly wrecked it. Right? Why would he say that should be easy? I mean, there's just no way in hell. I don't care if someone went missing in my town and it was covered all over the nation like this. I would not think that they were pulling me over for that. Again, I showed you with what Sheriff Nano said about Carlos. He said there was phone pings, and then he said there was multiple things. I thought she was there that night. I thought she went there that night. She not?
Like, I have nothing to do with this, so it should be not a big deal to
He's
clear
very
my name
nervous.
and move on. But the whole time during the questioning, didn't really seem like more of like a fishing expedition for them to try to get me to say something, because all the dates I was telling them where I was, things like that.
I also wouldn't say fishing expedition. Right? I wouldn't say fishing expedition. I would just say, all right, what do you need so I can show you so I can get the hell out of here? Not that they're fishing. But that's just me.
I'm like, all you'd have to do is look at my phone and see my location. It was nowhere near anywhere or have any connection to this. But still, it was
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Karen.
tough, like being there. Like, I mean, I don't trust the FBI to the extent that I'm like thinking that there's pressure on this case and they want to find the person. So like the whole time while I'm sitting in the back of the cop car, I'm like panicking, thinking that I'm going to be framed for this or they're trying to pin this on me somehow.
Did they tell you what led them to you? I mean, something made them believe they needed to talk to you about it. What was that?
I asked them. They didn't tell me any information about that.
I don't believe that either. I don't believe that. Like, you're going to get an idea. You're going to get an idea of what they're looking for. Right? And that as well, exactly, Green Eyes. Like, the questions that they're asking you, you're going to kind of know.
And I have thought of any type of reason why they could have come after me. But there's nothing. And I think that's why they didn't tell me.
Were you in the area of the home at the time, like the overnight, or would it have been something like, we've tracked this person near
Well, I
scene?
live near her house, but I mean, I didn't even know that until after the fact. Like I barely just learned where her actual house was in relation to mine. So I didn't even know.
Had you ever met her?
No.
Did you know who she was?
I knew who she was because my mother was following the case. But in terms of other than that, I would just go off what my mother was telling me.
And so how long were
Okay.
you detained for?
So if I was just talking to my mom in passing about a case, I'm not sure if I was pulled over, if I would think, oh, well, this must be about the Guthrie case. That would be even more for me likely to be like, oh, I was speeding. Did I not put the blinker on? Is my sticker dead? That kind of thing. Not this. He's very nervous.
Probably maybe 4 or 5 hours.
In the back of that car the whole
Mhm.
time? And they searched your Range Rover extensively?
Yeah, they searched Range Rover. They towed my Range Rover. Did all DNA testing or whatever, and then gave it back to me. Took my cell phone.
I agree, Angela.
I've had no way to get a hold of anyone, which is probably a good thing because everyone's looking at me like I'm this person that I'm not. So it's been,
Say what
it's been rough.
differently?
You got your car back
Yes.
in rough condition, or was it okay?
Well, when I went to pick it up, like it wouldn't start. They, I guess they drained the battery down, and it was just covered in the whatever white substance that they use for testing. But yeah, then I got it started up, and it wasn't.
He is gasping.
Luckily, it wasn't damaged in terms of like repairs or anything. But
Okay. Let me see what Mrs. Daly says.
You were Nancy Guthrie's neighbor, pretty close by.
I didn't realize that.
You didn't know that?
No.
So did you not know
I
Nancy?
knew it after everything happened. But otherwise, who'd heard of her?
You
Who'd
hadn't
heard
met
of
her?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So you hear that she is abducted. She goes missing. And I assume your first thought when you hear this is, oh my gosh, somebody, I mean, this is crazy and it's nearby. Were you following the story, following the case?
Totally. At that point, to see if they could ever find her, you know. And, you know, Savannah grew up in Arizona. And
I mean, if you didn't, okay, I got a question. If you're totally following, I don't think Mary's a bad woman at all, to be honest with you. I think she might be a little naive in a sense, but if you're totally following a case in your town specifically that's went national, aren't you going to know where Nancy lives? Not because she said she didn't really know where Nancy lives until after, like, they went and searched her house. Maybe.
you know, her family. And we watch her on TV. So it's sort of like, you know, she comes into our living room and tells us what's going on. So it's, you know, it's very emotional for me. I mean, I'm old and I'm not used to this kind of stuff at all, but I have a lot of empathy and pray. I don't have a lot of hope but that the family continues on and it's, you know, huge loss for all of us, actually.
Oh, it completely affects the community, a community you're part of. So when you first start hearing about it, I imagine there's a lot of upset and fear, concern.
Yes. And they were searching, you know, I live on this street, and then they were searching a street a little closer and a little farther out, and, you know, it's just weird to have these people and people standing in front of my house wanting to talk, mostly news people.
Where did you hear that, Barbara?
Yeah, I mean, the media don't.
I didn't talk to those people at all. We just.
So tell me what happened when this all ends up at your home. Your home ends up becoming part of this story.
Yeah, well, people were coming to the door and I wasn't necessarily answering it. They might not have even had a camera or anything. And then this one, late afternoon when they came in the big SWAT vehicles, pulled into my driveway.
Wait a second. Wait the fuck a second. I just noticed something. Why were people coming at her door before this took place with the camera? Do you hear that? What does that mean?
Coming to the door and I wasn't. Yeah, well, people were coming to the door and I wasn't necessarily answering it. They might not have even had a camera or anything. And then this one.
What does that mean? I just caught that.
Late
156 away.
When they came in the big SWAT vehicles, pulled into my driveway, and said they.
Thank you so much, my love. Appreciate you very, very much. Thank you so much for your support, my dear. Thank you, lovely. Good to see you. Appreciate you very, very much. Really do appreciate your support. Did she mean after the fact? Well, she's saying this beforehand, and then she says, but then, listen.
Necessarily answering it. Yeah, well, people were coming to the door and I wasn't necessarily answering it. They might not have even had a camera or anything. And then this one, late afternoon when they came in the big SWAT vehicles.
But there should be nobody at her door before the SWAT, right? Thank you, Danique. I love your insight, Justin. Thank you. I mean, there shouldn't be anybody there before.
Pulled into my driveway and said they wanted to, they wanted to see anything that could link anything. I said, well, yeah, go ahead. I mean, so they were there for about 6 hours and I was in the SWAT vehicle and they went through my house and
6 hours in that house. Unless FBI showed up before. Maybe they wanted to talk to him before. I don't think she meant after personally because she said, well, people were coming to the door and I wasn't really answering. And then, one day SWAT, came to my door, boom, boom, boom. Thank you, Danique.
Went through everything and tore everything, broke my, if the door was locked, they would break it open to go see what was in there. There really wasn't.
What doors are locked?
Anything in there, but it was pretty upsetting.
Well, and it's one thing to come to you and say, do you have any video or anything like that? It's another to detain you and search your house with a search warrant. Did they tell you why?
I guess I assumed, because I lived close by or something, but I just said I'd do anything to.
Okay, she's going to say I would do anything to help Nancy if this will help Nancy. Again, the FBI and you're being detained inside of a SWAT vehicle. Thank you, my dear. Appreciate you. I wouldn't think that would be a normal thing, right? For them to get a warrant, there has to be probable cause. They have to have overlapping what they feel is evidence or pertinent to the warrant. Who, what, when it happened, where it happened, and where the evidence is in your home, in which room of your home, even who, what, when, where, and how it happened. Thank you, Summer Breeze. Thank you, darling. Appreciate you very much. Thank you, love. Good love as always, Justin. Thank you, babies. Appreciate you, Summer Breeze. Really do appreciate your support, my love. Thank you very, very much.
If we could find some clues that might help, but I don't.
Again, maybe she's just a different type of person. I don't know. I think she's not a bad. I personally don't think she's a bad woman or anything like that. But if we can find some clues inside your house, ma'am. Like what? I would be like, clues in my house? I'm a 70-year-old woman. That's what I would have said. I don't get her logic in this, to be quite
I think
honest.
there's going to be anything in here, but go ahead and look. I mean, I didn't say you can't look. I didn't even think. It was kind of, late in the day. I'm so sorry. I'll turn that off. I get a lot of phone calls now, a lot of messages from people. How are you doing, Mary? So, yeah, and then I just decided I was much better off going to Phoenix.
I think that absolutely, Shelley.
And his wife and everything.
So
Okay,
when they detained you, did you know that this was related to?
Listen to that.
Just from people. How are you doing, Mary? So, yeah, and then I just decided I was much better off going to Phoenix to be with Matt and the grandkids and his wife and everything.
I was much better going off to Phoenix with Matt and his wife and the kids.
When they detained you, did you know that this was related to also them investigating Luke?
No.
You had no idea?
No, I wasn't thinking this was about Luke. I found out it was also about Luke, but initially, no, I was thinking it was all about Nancy Guthrie and finding her and whatnot.
I wish the interviewer right there would have said, well, what did you find out about it being about Luke? What did they say about it being about Luke? Hey, Carmelita, you're very right about what you're saying. It sounds like the raid happened after the raid. I never caught that part. When we're going back to watch these videos, we always catch something. Oh, yeah. We'll catch something 3 years from now. Promise. It's just the way it goes. You'll hear it and hear it and hear it, and then you'll just catch it one day. So weird.
So, because I was thinking, I don't even think Luke probably ever watched the news and even saw Savannah on the news. I mean, I did.
Right. So when did you learn that, your detainment was related to Luke's detainment in this case?
When? I'm not exactly sure when, because honestly, during this time, I was really emotional.
I don't get her. Again, she just, listen to this.
To Luke's detainment in this case.
When did you learn it was about Luke's detainment in this case? Prior to that, she just said, well, yeah, I found out it was about Luke. But now she's going to say, I don't know.
Your detainment was related to Luke's detainment in this case.
When? I'm not exactly sure when, because honestly, during this time, I was really emotional, and there were lots of information coming in, and so I don't remember exactly the time, but I know that in retrospect, I know all
That's
this
the
stuff
word.
that it did,
That's
but
the word.
initially I didn't
Aloof.
think of it being Luke as part of this, because I knew it wasn't something that Luke would be involved in in any way, and he wasn't. So
In my opinion, I think she's I think she's I feel like she's very enabling. I think her kids probably walked all over her and blinded. They knew how to work her. They really knew how to work her. That's the feeling I get, in my opinion. And this is the thing, you don't know if someone did something. If someone is out of your sight, you cannot say 100%. You can think, oh my God, they would never do that. But you can't say 100% that it's not possible. And the problem is, he's got a trial pending right now. Right? Like, he has a trial pending as she's doing this interview. Right? Very bizarre.
Yeah.
And when you learned that, was there any thought could he have been involved?
No, I didn't think he ever could have been involved. Not at all. No.
So you and Luke were not involved in anything in this case.
Right, except seeing it on TV and acting and some of the consequences of, we want to search this. And I'm like, okay, if it helps find, because this was early on, we thought differently about.
Did they take anything specific from your home?
Did they take anything?
Listen to this.
I can't think of anything they took.
They took your child's car, ma'am. They took your phones. It's perplexing. Did they take anything? I might get back to you on that.
I can't think of anything.
And did they eventually?
I might think of something later.
That's
I hate
fine.
to say it, but
yeah.
Did
they eventually tell you that they were searching your home in relation to this case, or did you this whole time think they're just looking to see if I have any surveillance video or anything like that? Like, where did that shift happen?
They didn't give me a lot of information, but I just assumed, and I said, well, if it's not, like I said, if it's not something that might help us find her, then go for it. If you think there's anything in here, but I don't think there is. So, yeah.
Did you ever suspect that Luke might?
Would you say, yeah, like, you lived in the same town. Would you say, oh, sure, come on in. If it helps find Nancy, come on in. Take anything you need if it will help find Nancy.
And I said, well, if it's not, like I said, if it's not something that might help us find her, then.
If it's something that might help find her, I would be like, why are you coming in my house? Like, I don't get it. Like, there's nothing in here that's going to help you find her. I assure you. I mean, if they have a warrant, they have a warrant. They're coming in, period. Right? But I wouldn't be like, oh, sure, come on in if this will help find Nancy. I'd be like, no, this is not going to help find Nancy. I don't know why the fuck you're here.
Go for it if you think there's anything in here, but I don't think there is.
If there's anything in here, but I don't think there is. Maybe she is. Maybe she is. I just don't get her, to be honest with you. She doesn't to me, she seems like a nice lady, aloof, like someone said a second ago. Yes, that's the feeling I get.
Did you ever suspect that Luke might know who was involved?
No,
Not at all.
no. Mm-mm.
So you guys were basically both detained for hours. You were questioned, your property gone through, and then released, but with not a lot of explanation as to why.
I agree, Lori.
Well, I guess they just said they could do, I didn't want to stop if it might be helpful.
Okay, I didn't want to stop if it might be helpful. And you're going to hear what I believe is Luke's voice, like because he says something somewhere in this interview, and you could hear him in the background answering a question. So the only thing I can think of is like she doesn't want to say certain things, maybe to trigger him. Maybe he rules the roost in the house. Maybe he's the man of the house now that the dad's gone. It's weird.
They could do, I didn't want to stop if it might be helpful.
How was it helpful, ma'am?
But I had no idea when. I thought they'd maybe come in and look around for an hour or something, poke around and,
poke around.
So you have not been back at your home staying there since this.
I just got back.
What's that like?
It's really good to be back here. I was up in Phoenix with my.
She kind of reminds me of someone off Saturday Night Live. She really does. It's really good to be back here.
Yes.
How you doing, Mary? I'm getting all kinds of calls. How you doing, Mary? Like, it's giving
grandkids, which is wonderful. But
good.
We built our home and lived there a long time, and
we built our home, lived there a long time. That is just fucking hilarious. You're so funny, Mary.
Matt's grown up in it. Luke's grown up in it. They're, so it's, it's home. So I love being there. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, leave it to Beaver. But does Daly have a cleaver?
And it's nice to know that Luke's there and, with me.
I mean, in the days since you guys were detained, it's not been an easy road for any of you, Luke especially. I mean, people still believe he is the person on the video camera. They still believe he's the person who abducted Nancy Guthrie. His face is out there. His name, your name has been out there. How, as a family, have you emotionally dealt with that, even though you've been released?
Well, things will just pop up and I'll just feel a lot more like even sitting here talking about it. It is very emotional. And part of me just wants to say goodbye to all this chapter. So hopefully this interview will help kind of have some closure for me and for everybody else who's felt the impact, because this has been huge impact, not just here. I mean, all the family from Rhode Island called right away and said, wow, look what's happening. I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't really do Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff.
Clutching my pearls.
Not the right demographic. I don't spend my time doing that,
but Luke's on it. I mean, he is younger, and that is part of him, and he's had to see his face out there.
That's really a shame, I think. But I was shocked about all of that. That was an education for me in terms of a way of communicating.
I agree, Cint. I agree. Like I said, I don't think she's a bad person. I really don't. I think she's not a bad person at all. I think she's probably taken advantage of quite a bit. But I feel like maybe Luke being there in front of her could change how she answers the questions. Um, and, uh, I just don't understand how she thinks that, just 100% her son did. Like, I understand taking up for your child and stuff, but he's also awaiting trial for other things. Again, uh, I don't know. Oh no, she lives in a $1 million+ home.
And things people like to do, like younger people, not older people like me.
Yeah.
The cool cats and kittens.
What do you say to people who have also brought up Luke's past and kind of associated, oh, well, he's had a past with criminal activity, therefore this could be a part of this. What do you say to those people?
Well, I don't know. They don't really ask me that. My friends, I have a really good group of friends here in Tucson. And they never really questioned me about that stuff. And if they thought it, they didn't, come up and say, well, could he have done this? And they didn't. Probably out of respect. Sure. Because they don't know. And I didn't know what all was going on sometimes. But I knew this wasn't, Luke's had other issues, but this is not the kind of thing that he had a problem with. And
well, if you read that probable cause, he allegedly had a lot of phenyl in the front seat. Like, a lot.
And he's doing well now, and we're all kind of in the recovery mode, if you know what I mean, trying to get our lives back and get back to normal again and all that stuff.
For your family, it's been tough. For the Guthrie family, it's been tough. What is your thought process trying to relate to the Guthries themselves going through this, but in the most awful way, in that they've lost Nancy and there's still no answers?
Really, mostly I pray. Yeah.
And they've asked for prayers.
They've asked for prayers. And sometimes I can listen to Savannah's, she comes on and talks often. You guys all know that probably. And I've watched a little bit, but I can't watch too much because it just makes me want to cry. It's just so sad. And the longer it goes on, then the more hope is lost,
For you guys in this neighborhood, it's a very tight knit. It's a beautiful neighborhood. It's quiet. It's quaint. To have this kind of onslaught.
Yeah, I can't imagine being that flat. I'm not that flat when they put me under for surgery, but just always just always just flat. Good golly, Miss Molly. Oh, Lordy.
A spectacle, and then to become where you are. Does that change your perception of how safe home feels?
Well, I feel safe in my home now. I didn't for a while. That's why I went to Phoenix.
Now that
I have wonderful neighbors. They live right next door, and we're in this little cul-de-sac together.
Another thing is, why wouldn't you feel safe in your home if your son lives with you? Like Luke was there.
And that's where the SWAT team came up, the cul-de-sac and stuff. But I stayed with them some of the time.
Well, Enoch, I'll show
I
you.
stayed over at David and Margaret's house because I was uncomfortable, So, yeah, I just never thought in my life I would. Who would imagine something like this? There was so much sadness, and I want to say global, but certainly our whole country. But it goes farther than that, probably.
Oh, it really does.
The way media is today. I grew up in a different era. as you know. So it's amazing how things spread. So
what do you want to say to the Guthrie family, especially for you and your son? If there was any possibility they still believed you guys could be involved, what do you want to say to the Guthries?
Savannah, I am just very, very sad and sorry about Nancy. And I pray for you and your family that you heal, that you can go back to your normal place of life and resume and build with your family and your children and your husband. But I know it's going to be a challenge, but I'm going to keep praying. Mm-hmm.
And you want them to know no involvement from you and Luke?
No involvement from Luke and I, no.
Okay. I want to show you something here. Give me a second and I will pull it up. 1 second here. A lot of people's asking about a potential connection. And if you look here, oh, it's hard to see in that one. I'm trying to find a better picture of it. So this is allegedly. This is allegedly Jerry and Zach, right? And this is allegedly Jerry and picture small there, but allegedly Mrs. Daly, they say. Maybe I got a door. Maybe. Wonder how much he donated to Nano Select. I don't know. It's supposed to be someone that they both know. Look here. Here is his passport. This is old dude's passport, and this is dated July 24. I don't know if that's July 24th or July 2024. But he went from Dubai to, that's Jordan, AMM, in 2024. 725 flight EK901. His passport. I thought Zach said he's been in Jordan since before. That's what he says. I don't, in my opinion, I don't believe so. Thank you, darling. Appreciate you. So yeah, it's crazy. Let me show you this. Where'd it go? Here we go. Here, this person says that Zach said that he's been in Jordan since 2008. Right? And this is an actual text from Zach. He says, hey, who's Nancy? I don't know anyone with that name. I'm not. Now, again, he says, who's Nancy? I thought the FBI spoke with you about the Guthrie case. You said that they called you and they spoke to you about the Guthrie case. Zach said, I don't know anyone with this name. I'm not owning any Range Rover, bro. Go ask the real owner who bought it. The car sold on the 7th to the guy with his mom. They bought it from the dealer. Have a great day. Very weird. Why would they buy it from MG if their family has a car dealership? Who has a car dealership? I don't know what you mean, Ashley. He changed his answer about the last time he was in the States a few times. Yes. Yes, Hope. What if their IP address are connected to the Bitcoin account or something? I don't know, but there's something weird here. Very weird. Very weird here. If you ask me. And again, these are the ones I was showing you earlier. The mouth and the eyes, it just creeps me out. Creeps me. Oops, what'd I do? It just creeps me out. Very bad. Oh, hold on. You know how they said they found hair? Look at his legs. I bet they did. I bet they did. Giving orders online and staying safe at a distance. Mm-hmm. And let's see, look at his build through here. That's what always gets me. It's like the build through here. Now, these are older pictures, of course, but it gets me every time. Yes, Deborah. Oh my God. I thought I saw in chat she is related to the who has a dealership. Perhaps. Holy cow, you found these. Oh girl, you have no idea what I've been doing. Like digging. It's been crazy. Yes, he has no tattoos, but his arms. Yeah. But this is the thing with the arms with this suspect, we actually don't know if it is a tattoo or if it's hair or if it's like a shadow. When do I sleep? Never. Never. And then that's his arm. Like, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is. I guess it's just hair because you can see, like, look at this. You can see this, and you can see like all kinds of them. Like it's like pixelated. I guess it's just like clumps of hair. Did he sell or trade Range Rover? Then Luke purchased it. Don't know. Don't know what he says. Well, I'll say that. I'll say this. He says he's not been in the United States since 2019. Okay. Oh. I found this thing of I don't know where it's at. I found this picture of or this video of Luke the other day. I'll have to dig that out. Oh, I got to show you the auction thingy. Crap. I forgot about that. Okay. So I think I found the auction, by the way. Well, someone found it for me. Let me show you this. I think it's this auction. You see this? Because they were in this lane and you could see that over there. Remember that? Okay, Sassy. Thank you, baby. Read. Yeah. Yep, I got that one, Sassy. I think I talked about that yesterday. His arms. Istanbul, Turkey. And okay, yes. All right. We'll come right back to that. Here's Luke's. See, look at his arms. You see those tattoos right there on his arms? He's probably got them all the way down there, don't you think? I would think that he's probably got them all the way down his arm, like a sleeve. Oh, baby kisses, I'm sorry I didn't see this earlier. Thank you so much, my love. Appreciate that very, very much. Thank you for your support, dear. Yep, spot on. Apartment complex should have his card. But it is what it is. In my opinion, based on all of my research, I think he was in the United States up until the third week of February 2026. He does have different looks. Yes. Let me show the mark on his hands again. Where the Range Rover coming out, like he had him handcuffed. Is that what you mean? So, and I think this absolutely could be Luke at Culver's, but again, it still doesn't say. We still don't know who was at the house. You're missing your like button. Are you on the mobile? No, you're not on the mobile. It tells me. Okay, I fixed it so my mic don't cut out. Thank you. I think Luke, or not Luke. Yeah, Luke. This could be, probably is Luke, but again, it doesn't tell us who was at the house. The Zach guy creeps me out for some reason. Luke's mom reminds me of my Nana. My uncle was always in and out of trouble when he was younger, and she got used to talking to police or getting calls from the jail. Thankfully, straight up. That's good. That's good. Are they connected to the Tina lady? Who's Tina? I don't know who Tina is. But I think this was the place that old dude was in. Oh, that's what was that? That's a BMW limousine. But you could see you see the checkered there. And then if you go up here, you see more checkers. So I think this is the car auction. That they were at. So there's any videos.
Any posts lately? Guess where I'm at today? That's right. You see the sun, Southern California, and Mannheim. That's right. Mannheim is a big supporter and has been of our studios for many.
Okay, look at that. That's the same screen. Same screen that they had. Same screen. Who is Clay Crouch? I don't know. But I don't want my Crouch in Clay. That's for sure. What did his accent? Where did his accent go? Clay Crouch is the neighbor he allegedly locked up in jail. Okay. Yep, this has got to be the place. I'm going to dig a little deeper into this and we'll see. My God, they sell a lot of cars there. He lives in the neighborhood. Okay. Yeah, you can email me something. Here you go. All right, guys. Oh my God, it's 12:30. Fuck. I gotta be up early. I didn't realize it was that. I thought it was 10 o'clock. I didn't even start till 10 o'clock. I don't think it was, Don. I think it was just straight face. I don't want mine to be either. You're funny. All right, guys. I love you all. Appreciate you. I will see you guys tomorrow, Lord willing. Thank you, Angela. Appreciate you. 6:24 a.m. there. You party animal. All right, guys. Much love, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay tuned. Still digging. Still trying to find out answers. Thank you, guys. God bless everyone. Good night or good morning.